All right. When you are starting to work with your photographs, there is just so much you can do. And this is a photo that I have adjusted to look like a charcoal drawing. And I thought we would do some fun things with adjustments. So, the big thing that you have got to know is that you are not just going to be using one layer of your image in Photoshop, that you're going to add multiple layers, which could include patterns in the backgrounds, or it also could include masks on your layer and different things going on. And this had um, two different layers of the daisy and two different layers of photo of the paper that it was going to be on behind it, and then a mask so that I could paint on it to get the white charcoal drawing look. So the first thing we're going to start talking about is where to go and what to do with paper and brushes so that you can work on your piece. And that's what this little video is going to be about. Now, we've made patterns before, and there are a lot of different things going on with patterns, and they're kind of hard to see. So I'd like you all to go to your paint bucket, and then under pattern over here, notice how nice and big everything is, so I can read the name and see it and try it out a lot easier. So that's going to be under this, and the first thing that you're going to want to go here is go to large list, so that you can actually see the pattern and the name of the pattern. And as you see all these different patterns and things on the background, when you're working with your photo, nice thing to have behind it would be like canvas, papers, and artistic surfaces. So like for, let's see if there's one here that I don't have on there. I don't know what web patterns is. So I'm going to click on web patterns. I want you to make sure you get papers and colored papers and click append. And so I can see that those things have been added on the list. I don't necessarily want that to do, so see if I can step backwards, and that won't append those things on there. But make sure that you, oh, it did. So, but make sure you get all the different things you want, like craft paper, homemade paper, granite, pebbled, metallic frecks, all the different things here under papers, color papers, canvases, and things like that, so that you can start having texture and different things within your pieces. So in addition, then, if we go to brushes and do something really similar here, I'm looking under brush, brush, then when we click here, I've got it large, but we can also do the same thing. That let's go to large list, instead of having it just see the brush, that if there's a specific brush that you're looking for here, it's a lot easier to find it if you have it in the large list. And you still can click on this little folder and get your brush presets, and all these different things can be done to your brush, and you can see it down here. Like you can add scattering, and you can add the spacing, and you can play so that your brush works more like a real brush. Okay, so that would be the beginning of doing those things. Also, don't forget that you've got opacity levels here, that you might want your brush to be 100% opaque or have 100% of the flow, but you might not want it elsewhere the rest of the time. So, and then you've got your layers here, and if you are duplicating a layer, like I'm just going to do that for this little example, then you can start playing with this button here that allows you to change the overlay, the luminosity, and I'm going to be giving you some specific things here, plus the opacity. And then under layer, that's right there, but there's more things under layer style. You can do a new fill layer. You can do a layer mask or a vector mask or clipping mask. All these things into layers, and we'll be using a layer mask as well, and turning things off and on. All right. That is how to do some things with papers and textures and backgrounds, and looking at setting your brushes. So I want you to take a few minutes and do that.